Hi, this is Mikelat from Building Aspirations. We are an inspirational and motivational training company. And I want to introduce you to your worst enemy. It's you. Congratulations. And you know why? Because we give negative self-talk to ourselves all day long. And it's so frustrating because we all fall victim to this. Social scientists have documented this, that there is so much negative self-talk. When we make a mistake, we hound on that mistake, and we're so critical of ourselves, and we're so negative, and it just bounces around our brain. And when we do something well, even when we're praised for it externally, some of us will accept that praise, but you know what? We still find fault. Oh gosh, if I only had done it this way, or geez. Even when it's a good situation, even when we know, even when we have evidence that we did a good job, we still speak negatively of ourselves. And that negative self-talk, that's a downer. And it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And it can get toxic. It can be like a cancer. It can be an ulcer. And actually ulcers happen that way. When there is so much stress and anxiety that you actually create a chemical reaction in the body that burns a hole in your stomach. Sometimes that manifests not necessarily from disease, but from stress, from anxiety. And some people can handle it and some people can't. Some people just internalize it and it gets all, right? It's all painful. So you are your own worst enemy. Now, what can you do about that? First, acknowledge it. And you know what? If there's negative talk, if you're downing yourself, take a deep breath. Realize that you're doing it, and try to change that negative to positive. And you know this from your life, because when you see it happening, you know it's bad. If a parent constantly says to a child, you're nothing, you're worthless, you're not going to amount to anything, you're worthless, you're nothing, you're scum, again and again and again and again and again, that child is going to have extraordinarily low self-esteem and violence issues and significant problems throughout their life, because during their development, that negative talk gets ingrained into their psyche, into their personality, into their soul. But you know what? We do it to ourselves. And when you see it happening, it's so obvious how bad it is. But somehow, some way, when we do it to ourselves, it's not that obvious, because it's us. Well, I'm trying to make it obvious because I want you to stop it. When it happens, take a deep breath and turn that negative self-talk to positive self-talk. If you didn't do an extraordinary job, concentrate on what you did right. If there's lots of problems in your life, don't ignore the problems, but concentrate on what's going well. See the positive. Focus on the positive. Even if the good stuff seems really, really small in comparison, focus on that. Because that which you focus upon gets larger. And when you focus on the positive more and more and more and more, you'll drown out that negative self-talk. So this is Mikelat from Building Aspirations, pointing out that your biggest enemy is yourself. Be careful. Drown out that negative self-talk with positive self-talk. This is Mikelat from Building Aspirations. Thanks for listening.